Hi there, and welcome to Jay's Toy Collection UK Live, and welcome back to another episode of This Week in Toys in the year of 2024. Our second episode, I think, of 24 for the official This Week in Toys live stream. Of course, I have been jumping on for some impromptu live streams in the middle. Star Wars Black Series reactions. As soon as Hasbro Pulse finished, I was live, so don't forget to hit that notification bell, people, if you haven't, because I will occasionally go live when there is breaking toy news. And if you've tickled that notification bell, of course, you will be notified, so you will know when I am live. But This Week in Toys, the schedule for 2024, I think I've got this locked in nice and solid. It's every 2 weeks, Friday or Saturday night. At the moment, we're on a Friday night streak. Every 2 weeks, the opposite week to Dan Who's Legends and Liquor Show, because I'm usually a regular guest on that one. So therefore, every weekend, at some point, you will see me live. 52 weeks a year, be it on Dan's channel or be on this channel. So if you can't get enough of me, fantastic. If you can't stand me, then you're probably on the wrong channel. But I am Jay, if you are new here, and this is Jay's Toy Collection Live. So tonight we will be going across the action figure news of the last 2 weeks, and there has been quite a lot of it. So I've had a haircut, as you can see, bit of trimmage you can see going on here on the hair. Cheeky Monkey has cut the hair, but she has gone off for dinner, ladies and gentlemen. She's gone off for dinner, and she's literally just walked in through the front door in time to join me on the screen. So I will bring her in a second, and we have a couple of guests on this evening as well. I've roped in a G.I. Joe expert because there's a lot of G.I. Joe to talk about, and I've roped in what you could call a Transformers expert, because last time you saw this man with Transformers, he wrote 4 pages of notes. So let's see if he can improve that this evening as we cover the Transformers Haslab that seems to be doing rather well. Now, you may notice my background, of course. I am back up here in the office, in the live stream lounge, as you call it. I may have told Cheeky Monkey that I would move the laptop from downstairs back to upstairs every single day this week. And it's taken me till Friday at about 8:30 to actually move the laptop back up here, with only 30 minutes to go. So she'll be happy to know I'm actually back up here and I am out of her way. But the reason the laptop was downstairs is because of the WWE Royal Rumble. So if you haven't seen the 4-hour, nearly 4.5-hour, I should say, live stream coverage of that one, do go watch it on the replay. But I wasn't sitting up here on this office chair for 4.5 hours, so I had to move that downstairs to the living area. So plenty of toys to keep us busy this evening. We've got action figure pickups as well, and there's been a whole new collection here at Jay's Toy Collection that has been started this week. And as per my own tradition, I've gone in quite deep, quite early. So that's one to come. So do make yourself known in the chat. Of course, thank you to all of those that have shared the story. We've had loads of Instagram story shares today, so thank you to everybody that spreads the word. So if you are out there, of course, do hit that like button. YouTube loves it when you hit the like button. Get yourself known in the chat and we will come and say hello. And ladies and gentlemen, I suppose I should bring in some of the guests. So who should we start with? Let's start with, of course, the other half, the better half, Cheeky Monkey. Kiara, how are you doing, dear?
I'm doing okay. I got my cup of tea. I literally just come through the door, put the kettle on, and yeah, I've come back to like those notifications from Instagram saying you've all been sharing me to your stories. So yeah, that's been trying to work out what I don't do Instagram, so I don't get it. So that's been fun trying to work that out.
Yes, thank you to all the sharers, of course. But yeah, Cheeky Monkey, she won't give you a retweet or whatever. She's no idea at all what's going on with the Instagram, but she has just made it in time. I can see Jeffrey the Giraffe in the background there. So she's been to Toys R Us and she's got herself a little souvenir. So Cheeky Monkey is here. Of course, I did advertise on the Instagram post that you were an expert, but I didn't say what toy category you were going to be the expert in this evening. So we've got G.I. Joe covered, we've got Transformers covered. So what are you volunteering for?
I'm just here for entertainment value, to be fair. I have no idea what's been
entertainment value only. Okay. So Cheeky Monkey's here for entertainment value only, but let's bring in the professional, of course. If you need her, whenever there's trouble, Mark Tac Tac is there.
Hi, Jay. Hi, Kiara. Hi, everyone. Yes, I'm here. Good evening to you all. Glad to be here, Jay. Thanks as always. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, hello, welcome, Mark. Mark is here for G.I. Joe coverage because there's been a lot of Joe's news. Dan wasn't doing a Joe's and Juice, so I was like, I'm going to steal Mark.
And here I am. So let's get into it. Yeah.
He's reporting for duty, and we've got one more guest as well. Fill the screen up, make it nice and even here. It'll take away some of my pink background. And the last time you saw this man on the channel was literally just a week ago, sat on my sofa as we kicked off at 1 a.m. in the morning. This time he is on at 9:15 in the evening. It is Matt.
Easy.
He has rebranded. He's Brick Life Travels. How are you doing?
All good, show yourself. I like the fact that Tac got introduced as the professional.
No,
the
that's
expert,
what
and
I
I
like, yeah.
introduced as, and the person that is just the only one that I can find to come in is me. So, hello and good evening, everybody. How are we all?
All good.
I'm all right. Good. So Matt is, of course, a Lego collector, but he is tonight. He is my Transformers expert. So we will get to that in due course, and let's see what research he has done for us. His sub hobby, kind of Transformers, but he hasn't collected them in a while.
No, not a while. There is a book. So
has he got his 4 pages ready?
I got my notebook ready.
Yeah, last time he prepared 4 pages. This time, ladies and gentlemen, he's prepared a whole book. So
yeah,
wait till we get to. Oh, he's got a pen.
I'll get comfy to story time then, shall I?
Let's say hello to the chat.
Yeah,
let's say hello to the chat. Who have we got in here tonight? So, hello. Yes, do smash that like button, as Mark has reminded you there. So, Mark is here. He is in the chat. And he, of course, has rebranded because that no longer says Tac Toys with film. It just says Tac Toys. You've dropped the film, Mark.
Well, it was a mouthful, Jay. So I thought, get rid of the end of it, and it was more easier for everyone to say and remember. So I'm hoping, Jay.
He's here tonight, then. He's the Triple T himself, Tac Toys. And of course, the Triple T is a G.I. Joe vehicle, I do believe. So
yeah, it's very true. We're going
to
probably talk vehicles a bit more, Jay, I imagine. Yeah.
We will do. Right, we'll go down. Here we go here. Mike Hex is here. Hello to Mike. How are you doing, sir? Or as Mike says, sup?
Top.
Literary Action Figs is here. Hello to Literary Action Figs. Cheeky Monkeys dropping the monkeys. So do get your monkeys in the chat. She likes it when you drop your monkeys. So get your monkeys going in the chat. We do have a poll in the chat as well. So the poll in the chat is, and I've got it up on my phone here because I don't remember what it is. It is, what is the best G.I. Joe of the week? So get your votes in the poll. Is it the Deluxe Doc? Is it Dreadnought Torch? Is it Norgahide Pork Belly and Yobo? Or is it Jinx? So those are the 4 that I picked. So get your votes in the chat, and we'll come to that during the G.I. Joe section if somebody reminds me to actually get to the poll. Because usually, of course, you may see I have a habit of forgetting. Who else is here? I am TJ Williams. Hello, sir. How are we doing? Cheeky Monkey is calling me useless from the chat, which is marvellous. And greetings and salutations.
That was because you really just moved your laptop back upstairs.
Is it? Yes, that was probably. I was quite slow with that. I'm a slow cleaner. I like to make a mess, but cleaning the mess is another story. So let me just go to the housekeeping. And where have I put the graphics these days? My goodness, up here. There we go. So don't forget, ladies and gentlemen, can we keep the super chat streak alive? So as you see, the Undertaker is on your screen, and every week, or every other week, I should say, in the official This Week in Toys, since we reached 1,000 subscribers, we've had at least one super chat every single week. So could somebody out there support the channel and keep the super chat streak alive? We don't want to go down like the Undertaker. He made it to WrestleMania 30, about 23 in a row, I think the Undertaker made. So can we make 23 episodes in a row with at least one super chat? So anybody is out there, I've popped up the Undertaker, and you'll be rewarded with a special thank you super chat graphic. We got Marvel, we got DC, we got Star Wars, we've got WWE, we got thanks for the wedding fund, the very special super chat graphic. So any super chat, any amount at all will be much appreciated. Supporting the channel, and you will receive the lovely thank you super chat graphic. So that was the housekeeping segment. So I suppose we should start with pickups. So we'll start with pickups. We'll go to Cheeky Monkey then, dear. What have you got there? This could be short.
I've just been given. I don't know. Can I show my notebook that I've just been given?
Like you might want to cover the wording.
It's I've just been out with some friends, some old work colleagues, and my friend got me a lovely planner for the year.
Cheeky
I think
monkey's
that
trying to
was
get us
very good.
demonetized already. Yeah,
I covered it up. I don't think I've got anything else. I haven't really.
nothing else, Tim? Nothing for you. Right.
My car passed its MOT.
Oh yes, so did
Oh,
mine.
okay.
That was a pair of MOT passes, so that was very good for the toy budget, I must say.
Yeah.
We passed the MOTs because that has definitely helped. Right, we'll go down then. Matt, have you got anything in this week?
In this week, I have, but not with me, obviously.
You'll have to
Closest
describe it
thing
in
I've got-
great detail.
Well, actually, what was the last thing I got? The X-Men the X-Men Jet is probably the latest. That's technically 2 weeks ago, not last week.
That's
So,
all right. I suppose
yeah.
we are a bi-weekly show, so you're all right.
Yeah,
with the
so
X-Men Jet.
Can't remember what I got last week. I don't think I got anything last week. There are a load of pre-orders to come, but nothing new as such.
Nothing in hand yet. Yes, there is a lot of Lego pre-orders to come. Lots of Lego Star Wars. So do head over.
Oh no, sorry, Jay, cut you off. That's a lie.
Go on then.
Last
Oh,
week,
he's lied.
because this will link into your stuff, I got the Simpsons minifigures, didn't I?
Oh, you did. Yes, you did. Yes.
Yeah.
How do
So
we
I got series 1 and series 2. I got every single Lego Simpsons minifigure made from series 1 and series 2, and I picked them up last Friday. So
Oh, they do look good.
yeah, very, very good.
They
are
do.
very
So
good.
yeah, 32 minifigures, and yes, Simpsons we will get to. They may have triggered some collecting this side of things.
Sorry,
thank
cheeky
you, Matthew.
monkey.
We'll go over to Mark then. What have you got in, Sam?
Well, Jay and everyone, I got a few GI Joes, but like Matt said, they're in another room. So I got Lowlight, who else? Crimson Viper, the 2 Dreadnoks, and Tunnel Rat. But a Mythic Legion, a bit different for me. I ordered this way back in, I think, 2021. The name is just really hard to pronounce. It's Zende, something like Amanthe, something like that. Really complicated name, but really good. So shout out to Cloud if she's watching. I know she's a Mythic Legions collector. So this is one that I kind of wanted to pick up. Looks a bit like a bit of a wizard, wizardy sort of character, like maybe sort of been training with Doctor Strange, so he's got that kind of look, but really colourful, really bright. But yeah, this is my pickup, Jay, and it's pretty good. I've done a video on it as well, so there you go.
I did see. I watched that one for the bathtub actually. As well. I was enjoying that content there, and I've actually learned how to make somebody full screen. See, I've learned to fiddle with this, so we had a full focus there on Mark. If I go back, now I've switched all my orders. See, so I was up there, Mark was down there. There we go. See,
what's this, musical chairs?
Fancy.
Yeah, we're getting the hang of this now. We've gone full fancy. We got the ticker on the bottom, so you can read the ticker. The tickers usually make me feel sick, so I tend to not read them. But I thought it looked a bit fancy. So that is there. Right, so that is Mark with Zende, or I can't remember exactly how to pronounce it myself, from the Poxus wave then. So you must have bought that directly from Four Horsemen because the UK stock isn't here.
I did, Jay. Yeah, so I didn't even realise this was going to be in stock in the UK. I might have actually bought it from a UK independent here, but yeah, I thought it was only going to be on Four Horsemen, so I bought it there. And yeah, he's pretty good. I mean, I kind of the problem with Mythic Legions is a great rabbit hole to go down, and once you start, there's more and more you can collect. I have in the past collected a few. There's an all-female wave, I think, which was a Kickstarter one, can't remember, but picked up quite a lot of those. But as you probably well know, Jay, it's a rabbit hole that you can sort of go down, to be honest. No,
I've fallen down it. I've tried to set a few rules. I've tried to go for the actual main four. I'm not doing too bad with that
rules. What are those?
Well, I'm going for the main Four Horsemen themselves. So I've got Poxus, Arathea, Necronominus, and who's the one I've forgotten? Cloud's going to kill me because it's a favourite character, I think, and I've forgotten Alithea. Well, there you go. Saved myself. I saved myself. Got the Four Horsemen. So get the 4 main villains from the waves, I think, and then build around it was what I'm doing. So that seems to be all right. But I was a bit late into Poxus because time I started collecting, the Poxus pre-order had closed. So I've had to go through Big Bad Toy Store for a lot of them. So I'm not looking forward to the import fee, particularly on the next wave, which is due on that. So I might cancel and go for AliExpress because Uncle Ali is a little kinder on the import fee. And there's quite a few good AliExpress stores for Mythic Legion. I think Firefly Model Store is the one I tend to use. And as long as you spend over the £130 to just buy a few figures from the wave, you won't get an import fee. So top tip there for us.
Yeah.
Oh.
Are you a Cosmic Legions? Are you going in the Cosmic Legions rabbit hole, Jay? Or
I haven't. No, I prefer the Mythics more than the Cosmics.
okay.
I like Slog. The Slog looks really good. The really big green, massive.
The green one, yeah.
Yeah, he looked interesting, but I've tried to not down Cosmic, so I'll stick with Mythic for now. So literally Action Fix something just said in the chat, yeah, he wants the blue dragon from the Boxers wave, because I've seen a few reviews of that out there. I think Jeremy from Four Horsemen Studios was showing him off on his Mythic Conversations live streams, and now he's laughing at me. See, either our pronunciation or the fact that I'd nearly forgot Olivia and would have been in some serious trouble. So, Mythic Legions, right, okay. Matthew, of course, we did a stream before, Legions and Lego. That went down quite well. I got Matt to pronounce all the names, I do believe.
That's it. Well, at least I can remember some of them. So
we'll get to those when they come out in 2 years' time for the Rising Suns wave, when we get the bear. Right, my pickups then, So if I go to this, and there I am. I'm the biggest. They can sit in the corner. Where should we start? Let's start. Well, literally came this afternoon. So this popped in this afternoon. I actually bought a Marvel Legend at full price, ladies and gentlemen. Full price Marvel Legend. And there was a reason, because I knew it'd sell out in 2 minutes, and it sold out. So it's Scarlet Spider-Man. So the Ben Reilly Scarlet Spider on the sort of 1990s retro card has been purchased. So he turned up today from Hasbro Pulse, and he did not last long online. I'm sure if I looked on eBay now, this thing is probably going for a pretty penny, as it always seems to do with the Scarlet Spider character. So we saw this at MCM, didn't we, Mark? I think this was
that's right.
In the cabinet there.
Yeah.
So he's the only one I've gone for the wave so far. I had Tombstone and Jack-O-Lantern, but I saw that they didn't sell out, so I cancelled. And I thought, right, if they're not going to sell out, I'll try and wait for a discount. But I knew he didn't have a chance with Scarlet Spider, so he wasn't in the sale pile. And here we go. It's a double. I paid full price for another Marvel Legend as well. Oh! So get your guesses in the chat. What was the other Marvel Legend that's turned up this week that I paid full price for? We'll come back to it in a minute as I go through the sale pile first. So in the chat, and anybody on the stream as well can guess what other Marvel Legend. I'm going to give you a clue. It's not from that wave. I'll give you a clue. It's from the Void Build-A-Figure wave. So what character from the Void Build-A-Figure wave did I pay full price for? Find out in a minute. But I did go to the Hasbro outlet, as I now called it. They've changed the clearance section to the outlet section. I think it sounds a bit posher than clearance. So they've changed wording. So managed to get Cyclops. So the astonishing X-Men version, I think, of Cyclops here. So he was $16.99 in the outlet store or the clearance section. So I've been trying to build my Chode all year. I haven't even started my Chode. This is my first figure from the Chode wave, and he doesn't even come with the Build-A-Figure piece. So that's helpful. He's the 7th figure in the wave, the one that doesn't come with the bath piece. So still need to backtrack this whole wave. But I have been waiting for it to reduce, and it's one of the slowest waves to actually go to the sale. So I've had to wait a while. But I did pick up another figure from that wave. We got a guess. Literally Action Figures there is guessing with Power Princess. It's not Power Princess today, but she should be here tomorrow. And I did actually pay full price for her as well, but I had forgotten that fact. So good call there from Literally Action Figures, but that is not the one in my hand. So what has got into me paying full price for Legends? I've also got Emma Frost then from the outlet store, from the clearance section there. Again, from the Chode Build-A-Figure wave. And it looks like she comes with a right leg by the looks of the packaging. So Chode is a year late, but he's finally underway. So those came in from Pulse this morning. What else we got? So we got lots of G.I. Joe to talk about this evening. And I have got 2 G.I. Joe figures in this week then. Again, that's the thing when you order with Pulse. You get an email saying your item will be in stock soon, and then you just randomly get a charge at midnight. So when you wake up in the morning and look at the phone, you've got all these $24.99 charges. You're like, oh dear, what's charged me now? So There we go. It's Tunnel Rat, I do. But is it Tunnel Rat? Yes, it is. It's
Yeah.
Tunnel Rat there.
Yeah, that's right, Jay.
That's the regular version,
Yeah.
isn't it? I haven't gone for the Night Force version. So I've gone for the regular version of Tunnel Rat. And I think we got a winner. We've got a winner, ladies and gentlemen. We have a winner in the chat. It is Vision.
Mm-hmm.
It is Vision from the Void Build Figure Wave. Now I already have every single Vision they've ever released. So I was like, I don't need this one. But then I started watching the reviews. So saw Dan's review and a few other reviews out there on this. And I was like, okay, that head sculpt does look really good. And he looks a bit better on the more sort of buff body. So, and he's not as metallic as the previous one we've got. So I've upgraded, and Vision, the other Vision's gone to the back of the shelf. And this can be the new Vision on the front of the shelf. And the reason I bought him is he started selling out on the UK retailers. So if you are after a Vision, seems like he's probably not one to wait for in the sale, because he has been selling out, and so has actually Power Princess has been selling out. So that's what triggered me this week to basically go and buy some full price Legends, because I was like, oh, maybe the rumors are true. And now they were saying we're going to have less distribution in 2024 compared to the sort of height of COVID distribution, everything over in the US ending up in Ross and Ollie's. But maybe they have cut their production runs. So you may have to start going back to pre-ordering some, or at least wait until they come out and acting on them swiftly. So Vision is here. Finally, for G.I. Joe, we've got Nunchuck. Now, to be honest with you, I haven't got a clue who this even is, but with the G.I. Joe characters, the designs are pretty cool. So I'm just kind of going into the line blind. Mark, what on earth have I bought?
So he is a member of Ninja Force, Jay. Yeah, he's kind of like there's quite a few characters. There's one, I think, one called Slice and Dice and Bushido, which we haven't yet had yet. So we're gonna have more. We'll have a Ninja Force Scarlet, a Ninja Force Snake Eyes, Ninja Force Zartan. So he's part of that crew, shall we say? Yeah, part of that subline, but he's in the main line.
So that'd be early 90s then for Ninja
Yeah,
Force.
yeah,
yeah.
That's right.
Okay. Right, so I'm sure there's more of that to come.
Mm.
And I got myself another bargain. So I went to Game here in the UK, and they do seem to be taking a lot of the clearance Marvel Legends stock. And unfortunately, my one is closing down. So they had a 20% off sale, because mine's in like an overall department store, and the department store in our town is shutting and becoming housing. So that's going. So that's a bit of a shame, because you can get some bargains in there. But 20% off extra off the sale price means I got this for less than £40 for the Hulk and Bruce Banner 2-pack. So for a $64.99 retail for less than 40, I couldn't argue with that. And that was my final item I needed from the sort of 60th anniversary of Marvel Legends. So got a little bit of a bargain there. And then we went down the rabbit hole, didn't we? We went down the rabbit hole. The rabbit hole was entered. Now, Matthew's mentioned The Simpsons. He's mentioned the world of Springfield itself, but I have actually collected the physical World of Springfield line. I've gone and done it after the disappointment of Super 7 cancelling The Simpsons. I've done something I thought I'd never do. I fell down the rabbit hole, deeply, deeply down the rabbit hole, and started collecting the Playmates 2002-ish line of the World of Springfield. So it has begun. And yeah, this could be a deep rabbit hole. But I just loved The Simpsons growing up. It's the only thing myself and my sister would watch together. I think it was on BBC 2, 6 o'clock, most evenings after school. We'd always watch The Simpsons throughout the late 90s and the early 2000s. So I thought, oh, Super 7, you've failed me now. You've failed me now. So here we are. I have gone in and started buying the World of Springfield. Now, I haven't just bought a figure. I went on eBay, got myself a bargain. I won a lot of 5 dioramas and 25 figures for £200. So we're about sort of £8 a figure on that. So it was a good starter set. But yeah, how deep do I go? There's 200 figures in that line.
Have you got any characters you're looking out for in particular, Jay?
Well, that's well done, Mark. I will now switch screen, and I will show you. So let me share this tab instead, and I've got to come back here. That's the thing with 2 monitors. I need like a mouse per monitor to make it much easier. So if we jump to this view, over here. Can I move the order around? I can if I'm going in the middle now. Well, there you go. See, learning on the fly. So I've gone on the website here, simpsonswiki.com, of course, and literally gone. I started going through the checklist basically. So as you can see there's series 1, and it goes all the way down. That was January 2000. It goes into about 2003, 2004. So there's a lot there, and I want a lot of it. Oh, Kiara's friend Marta's in the chat. Hello, Marta. Hola.
Oh.
There we are. She's a bit of Spanish there from me. So there you go. That's
She's saying hello, handsome Jay.
there you are. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
I should go full screen for that. There you are. Oh, the cheeky monkey's now full screen. See, oh dear, it's all gone wrong. There was she wasn't even paying attention there. There's a Matt's talking vicariously in chat. Yes, this list will be huge. Everyone's jumping in now. Hello. Notifications must have started flying out. Hello, Kurt K from New Jersey. I don't know what I want in this line. I want so much that I could see myself eventually over the years trying to complete it, but that's going to be a long road, I think, to get there. There's 200 characters and 40 diorama bases, so there's a lot. But yeah, I've got another lot I want on eBay coming as well. So I've managed to get the main family. I've got the Quickie Mart. I've got the living room. I've got the school. I've got Moe's Tavern. I've got Duffman. I've got Troy McClure. I've got all sorts of random characters. Millhouse. So that I'm literally just going through and trying to get at least all the main characters. But to me, there's not just 5 or 6 main characters in The Simpsons. There's like 30 that are very reoccurring characters. So this could
Let's be honest, Jay. You're going to have this complete by Easter. So we don't know what you're talking about. It's going to be done.
I will not. Slow down a bit, Jay.
It's 200 figures on your shelf. Every diorama you can imagine twice.
Well, I've been collecting it a week, and when are we up to now? We're up to about 32 figures, I'd say. And that's a lie.
Well, technically,
about 35, I think.
It's not. We started to speak about this last Saturday.
True.
So you're
yes. When you turned up here with your Lego Simpsons minifigures, yes.
Yes. So you are less than, you probably say, yes, just about to hit 6 days, and you're already 30 in. So if you want to start doing the maths of what you're getting per day, how many days are out till Easter? That'd be you complete. You'll be fine.
I technically didn't even make my first purchase till Tuesday, so that was when the first purchase happened. But there is so much in this line. But some of them are just astronomical prices. Some of them you can get, because I'm going loose. It's much easier than trying to collect them in on card. That just wasn't happening. But a lot of the figures you can pick up between 10 and 20. And I've just seen the Christmas set. I hadn't seen that before. Oh my goodness! Look at this thing. I'm going to need that. Well, can I make it bigger? I can. There you go. Look at that.
Oh, look.
Oh, see, now the problem is, there you go. That noise you just heard, ladies and gentlemen, was Cheeky Monkey's excited noise.
That's
now,
money noise.
Oh my God! Of a Christmas outfit.
See, yeah, she loves Homer. She loves Homer, and this is the problem. See, she encourages this line.
Maggie's on top.
See, look at the excitement.
Maggie's riding the dog. Helper.
We could do some live eBaying, you see. This is what I do. She looks at it, she makes that noise. I go on eBay and see how much it is. And some of them are fine. Some of them are absolutely crazy prices. So I know I've been looking at the last figure in the line released, which this seems always to be the way. Something released at the end of the line always becomes the most expensive. So if I literally scroll down to the bottom here, way back into September of 2004, the Jebediah Springfield and the Town Square statue diorama. The cheapest you'll find that on eBay is £300. So
you're not getting that then.
Yeah, so that is pricey. But I like Jebediah Springfield and the Town statue. That's the famous episode where Bart saws his head off and pops it in the bag. So yeah, that's going to be a bit of a difficult one to track down. Frank Grimes over here, he's about £200 as well. So it's going to be a bit of backtracking, but
we get the Christmas one.
Yeah, okay, we'll get the Christmas one.
What much is the Christmas one?
I don't know. If you want me to find
out,
how
much is it, Jay? Buy it now. Come on, buy it right now.
I will go on eBay as we are live speaking.
10 p.m. it'll be bought.
Right, okay, here we go.
Not being expensive.
Simpsons Christmas.
I think that'd be look nice at Christmas.
People should get their guesses in the chat how much they think it'll be.
Go on, now, yeah, get your guesses. How much is this? Is there even one on there?
I'm gonna get. I'll guess. Hang on.
£80.
I was gonna say. I'm gonna go.
Having the fact I've never seen it, I'm going to imagine it's expensive.
200.
Let's have a look. Is there one listed on eBay at all? Well, I found a Lego Simpsons Christmas Homer minifigure.
Homer,
There we go. We've got one. There we are. Oh, okay. Share this instead. Okay, there you go.
Oh, it's close.
£140. £140.
Zoom in. I can't see.
Right. Okay. I think that calls for the banner. Here. Where we go. Right. We're gonna have to fund this, ladies and gentlemen, live. Right. Here we go. Keep the super chat streak alive. We're in trouble with the streak tonight. We need help with the streak, and Cheeky Monkey needs help here. Any slight donation towards Cheeky Monkey's Simpsons Toys R Us exclusive Christmas diorama 4-pack and keep that streak alive would be much appreciated, ladies and gentlemen. Live shopping, because that set does look pretty cool. Now, the seller you can see here, he has loads of dioramas. He's the one with the £300. He's literally got all of them. So unless we can sort of break into his house and try and get them off him.
Homer.
There you go. That's a bargain. That's a bargain. There you go. Kurt K was pretty close with 150. So yeah, that's the kind of rabbit hole I've fallen down. Loose figures, £10. You're okay. Apart from a few that are a little more expensive. So this might be a slow, long build. Otherwise, the toy budget is going to be absolutely. It's not looking good at the moment with all the hot toys this idiot's decided to buy. But yeah, the world of Springfield has begun. I'll do a video on it when I've got a few more figures in. I've made a sort of a backdrop. So I've got some foam and I've cut out the Simpsons logo and the opening credits where the cloud comes in. And opens. You can see the word "The Simpsons." I've made myself a little backdrop, so I've been creative. So it does look. It looks quite nice as the display for the first week. What was that, dear?
I said it looked good.
Thank you. If you could probably show the audience if you turn the camera. If you went for a walk and turn the camera around.
Oh yeah, probably could.
It won't let you flip the screen, so you'll have to just do it backwards. But let's see if Cheeky Monkey can live show you the collection here. Let's see if this can work. So that's
how do I do this?
Walk to the area and then turn the camera. There you go. Right, pause. In a good place.
Very good, yeah.
You're in a good place. So that is what we were talking about. So I've managed to make that out of foam board on the back. And if you go down just a little, yeah, that's fine. So you can see some of the dioramas I got in that job lot of eBay. And I say the 25 figures that came in that job lot as well. So that is the start of the collection. And then they've got the school bus. So the start. So that's we're on day 4. Day 4 at the World of Springfield. So that's when this toy collector decides he's doing something, he decides he's doing something, off he goes, and that's what happens. So
what are you thinking about doing with these Super 7 Ultimates ones, Jay? Are you going to keep those up?
That's well, say all this started when we realised that they were going. So I was thinking, okay, I'll try and keep them and then just get a few of these. But the fact that I've enjoyed these so much I've been like a little kid just looking at them going like, these look really cool. So I think I'll probably sell off what I've got so far, and I'll probably cancel my pre-orders for the rest of the Super 7 because this line is so deep and it's pretty much covered every single character going. So I think I'll be quite happy with that. They haven't got all the articulation, but I don't think I particularly need that really. So I think I should be all right with that. So that's pickups, ladies and gentlemen. That was pickups. So we did have a pickup graphic, but of course I forgot to put it on. So you would have had that across the screen, but it would have covered Matthew's face. So decide now if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
I would
my haircut, yeah.
To be fair, that's not.
Right. Nothing for it then. Let's get into some topics then. So we've got loads of topics to go through tonight. I have roped in the experts and I will go and share the correct screen and we will go there. But before we did have some very sad breaking news that we will just cover here because of course it is action figure related in a way. The passing of Carl Weathers, unfortunately, within the last within the last few hours. I wasn't sure if Matthew knew that, so
No.
let me get to. So yeah, at age 76, of course, the star of Apollo Creed in the Rocky films, Grief Karga in The Mandalorian. He's in Predator. Fantastic actor, great career, and unfortunately, it said passed away peacefully in his sleep last night. The family has reported. So I don't know if he's filmed anything for the rest of The Mandalorian. I assume not. So yeah, it's just very sad news, really. So I'll come to Matt really for his literal breaking news, because he is a massive fan of the Rocky films, and shocking one.
Yeah. Well, it's a bit of a downer on the evening. Well, the thing of the positive though, he was an absolute phenomenal actor. I don't think he's ever been in anything bad that I've seen that I enjoy. I thought he was very, very good in the other bits and pieces, like you said, Predator as well. He was very, very good in. And obviously, it's nice, I guess, that he had a big time off. And then a lot of people will remember him from Mandalorian if they don't know him from the older film. So he's one of those generational actors, really, that sort of has covered multiple genres and people's lives. And it's I had no idea. I knew you put the Rocky music underneath your Instagram, but I didn't realize that was the reason.
Yeah, no, it's she broke within the last couple of hours, unfortunately. So I'll just come over to Mark, because of course you do cover film quite a lot, as you say, on your channel over the years. So I'm sure an actor you've quite enjoyed.
Yeah, Jay, I just echo what Matt's saying as well. I mean, when I was explaining to my mum that he'd passed away. My mum wasn't sure who it was. My mum loves Predator, and I said, "Oh, Dylan from Predator." But pretty much echo what Matt's saying as well. I mean, Rocky films as well. I love Rocky 3. Is one of my favorite. Is probably my favorite Rocky film, and he sort of course is helps Rocky against Mr. T in that one. Yeah. But yeah, it's sad news. But he was a great actor, so many films to remember him by and enjoy. Predator and Rocky being two of the franchises that I really enjoy him from. But of course, The Mandalorian as well. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So yeah, sad news. Cheeky Monkey, of course, probably hasn't got a clue who he is, because she's not a film buff. Is our old monkey. So yes, sad news tonight for Carl Weathers, but I say great enjoyment over the years. So. Well, all we can do now, I suppose, is transition into G.I. Joe itself then. So some fantastic reveals. So yesterday was G.I. Joe Day itself. Didn't know that was a thing, but apparently the 1st of February is not only my mother's birthday, but it's also G.I. Joe Day. So I'm sure she'll be very proud that she was born on G.I. Joe Day. So if she has a clue what G.I. Joe even is. So we had render reveals then. So I think these were some of the name-only reveals previously. We didn't have a live stream from Hasbro at all, but we did have sort of render reveals on the day, which is, I think, what they did last year as well. So I thought, what better time than to rope Mark in to talk about these characters and these figures, because Classified at the minute is doing a fantastic job. Probably one of my favorite action figure lines of 2023 was G.I. Joe Classified. So let's get some more characters then. So we start off with Doc then, I do believe, here. So the sort of medic of the team. And surprising to me, you actually get a stretcher. I didn't think we'd get a stretcher accessory. Looks to me like it's almost articulated in the middle. You might be able to fold it over itself there. You've got a flare. I'm assuming that's a flare gun he's got as well with him. And I know he was in the Super 7 line. I think he was in Wave 3 or something of Super 7. But of course, after Brian's lack of paint, I've cancelled that line and just gone pretty much fully in on Classified. So yeah, definitely the medic for the team. So I will be picking up Doc, and when I come to Mark for the expert analysis.
Well, Jay, you've said everything. I can only I can't really. There's not much I can add to that. You've given a great rundown on Doc there. He was, of course, in the cartoon, like you said. Super 7 Ultimates did him first. It did seem when Super 7 Ultimates did him first, like that it was kind of interesting to see that they do characters that Classified hadn't done yet. But of course, here we get the Classified version. He's a really good mix of sort of, the classic look mixed with a sort of modernized sort of update. But you can instantly tell it's Doc. Like you said, he comes with the stretcher, comes with the flare gun. And he's got a niece who joins G.I. Joe like down the line and also has the name Doc. So be interesting to get a version of her as well at some point in Classified, which I'm sure We more than likely will do. But yeah, a great release, and one that is going to just be great for the collection. So yeah, perfect.
Yeah. No, I'm all right with Doc. I knew who Doc was. Some of the other ones we'll need the expert analysis, but I was fine with Doc. So now, as per G.I. Joe tradition, I think we'll ask this only once today. We're going to come to Cheeky Monkey, and she's going to look at this figure, the accessory. It's quite a large accessory, and she's going to tell you how much this is going to cost.
Oh, no, we're not playing this game. No, we're not doing this game.
We're playing it right now. We'll actually even come to full screen.
No, stop.
So you're here. You said you're here for the public's entertainment. So you've got to Doc here from G.I. Joe Classified. Hasbro. How much would you pay for this one, darling? How much would you pay for this one?
Is this a trick question?
No, we don't know the price yet, so you're going to tell us. So you're going to find out in a few months if you're
I know,
correct.
because I got it wrong last time and you never let me live it down.
So
I
we
don't
are
know.
waiting.
Can I have a look at him again? Is he a special figure or anything?
Well, you're going to have to tell us. We don't know. All we've got is
Show
this
me
photo.
the picture of him again.
Show me the picture of him again. Right, okay. Go back to the picture. She's really thinking about this one. There's the picture again. So you've got a man, you've got a few accessories, and you've got a full-size stretcher. Okay, so she's taking it in now. She's taking it in. But the viewer numbers are going up there. The viewer numbers are going up here. This is the peak of the show. We've got the most watching we've had for the whole hour.
I believe that you mentioned earlier that your G.I. Joes were $24.99. Is that right?
That is a price point in the line, yes.
Right. So is this one going to be more or less? I don't know, because he comes with a stretcher. You seem to be quite impressed he comes with a stretcher. You just right. Look, Kurt K has only come here for your toy knowledge. So are you going to increase the Cheeky Monkey? Are you increasing the price for the stretcher? I was evening until you made me come on here. Well, are you going to? Oh, I don't know. I'm going to say £30, $29.99. $29.99, right? Okay, we're going to lock it in. $29.99. Come on, I don't know. Well, we'll find out in a few months, won't we? There is a so. You don't know the answer now. $29.99. Okay, well, no, of course we don't. We got a picture. So this is not a pre-order. This is a render reveal. That is all we've got. So is that more than what you would normally get with it? Well, you were correct. You have remembered something there. Fantastic knowledge there. Look at even that. You. Now, Mr. Who's here? Well, it might be a variant because Mr. Williams has turned up and said that's a decent guess. Oh, decent guess. Thank you, Dan. Yeah. Okay, yeah. I'll go with that then. I'll go with that. I'm gonna come to Mark now because you were right at $24.99 is the standard price. Now the deluxes are about $33, and I'm not sure if this is going to be a deluxe. Are we going to be charged a deluxe price for that stretcher? I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm not sure either, Jay. To be honest with you, it's hard to tell because it could either be 24 and they could be generous, or like you say, it could be 33. It's well, I mean, I guess if we had to go deluxe, probably the 33. So I'll go. The thing is, it's not. It doesn't seem like it's got enough to be a deluxe though. Because some of the other deluxe ones have a lot more, don't they? No, so, I'm thinking this is like a semi-deluxe. So. Your guess here of $29.99 is kind of okay here. Yeah, you're all right. So yeah. I think we might get away with this as a regular though. I think we got a chance at $24.99 on this one. So we'll get a definitive answer now from Matt down the bottom. So $29.99, $33.99, or $24.99, Sam. I'm going to be different and go for a super deluxe at $38. Oh. Yeah, I reckon they're going to charge you an arm and a leg for that stretcher, and you're all going to be fuming. Look, I've got the button here. I've got the button here for $38.99. Watch this button. There we go. He's gone. He's got $38.99. What's he talking about? Oh my goodness me! Look at that. $38.99. You can get out of here, son. It's a $38.99. Yeah, $37.99. I said 38. Good goodness me! I'm sure you'll be all right. It's all going off in the chat down there. I can see. Is that stretcher first time ever in the line from new and old? I think it might be. You know, Matt. Yeah, I don't think the vintage had it. Yeah, I don't. I'm just thinking if it's a brand new thing, will they charge you extra for it? That's all. All jokes aside, yeah. It'll definitely be a brand new thing to classify because the original line would have been 3 3/4 inch. So, I'd assume we would have had one at 3 3/4 inch at some point, but. Obviously, it will be a new sculpt for 6 inch. So there is Doc then to lead us off. So price point guesses in the chat below. And of course, don't forget about the poll in the chat. So I'll have a look at that and see how we're doing. But we'll come to our next reveal then. Where are we going here? So we're on His Tank. Let's get the images over here from His Tank. And
We don't need dark. We can get that one there. And it is Torch, I do believe.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, it is Torch. So the
Yep.
final of your main sort of 3 Dreadnoks, I would say, along with Buzzer and Ripper, 2 figures I'm still waiting for on the old UK polls today. I've missed all the stock on the independents, annoyingly. So I'm still waiting for those. So I'm probably going to get all 3 of these at pretty much the same time. So that might be a nice little haul of the Dreadnoks together. Now, I'm going to say straight away, this one has to be a deluxe. When there's no chance, I think we're getting this for $24.99 with the flame effects, the flamethrower, the backpack there. I think this will definitely be a deluxe price point. But he does, again, the sculpt here. This looks great to me. Again, a lot of these figures tonight, you'll see that I don't, at the moment, they're not really putting a foot wrong. Apart from I know the issue we've had with gummy weapons. I know they've said with their interview with Dan, they are trying to address and should be fixed by the time we get to 2025. Apart from that, the line is pretty much pretty good, isn't it? So yeah. So this is Torch. He looks great, and we'll come down to our resident expert.
Yeah. Well, again, you're absolutely right, Jay. Yeah, it does complete your sort of main Dreadnoks. There are other Dreadnoks that will be available. Monkey Wrench comes to mind as one. Zartan's kind of brother, another one, but a few others, kind of more modern ones, and one that we're going to be talking about later that's sort of Dreadnoks connected, but we'll talk about that in a bit. But yeah, so I've heard people saying that as well, that this might be a deluxe, like you mentioned, but I'm not sure, because obviously Buzzer and Ripper are regular release price, so you'd have to assume that they'd want to do the last one at a regular release price as well. But having said that, the flame effects and everything do make it look like it might be a higher price. But I'm thinking maybe $24.99. I'm thinking maybe same price as Buzzer and Ripper. So yeah, I don't know, but yeah, it completes the trio. Which
does
is
he
great.
come with more than Buzzer and Ripper?
Yeah, I think so.
He does. He does. Okay. So I haven't got them in hand yet. So he might be. I'm sure Matt's a fan of a flamethrower. So and a fan of a mustache. So what's your thoughts on this one?
Oh, I'm a good fan of the old Tash. No, the blast effects look really good, and the weapon. Is that a grenade launcher with, or is that the flamethrower on the side? Is that
the
flame at the top?
On the side, Matt. Yeah,
it's a flamethrower. Yeah. So no, it does look very, very smart. I suppose with regards to like the G.I. Joe releases, do they always have like one set deluxe within the wave, or do they mix and match all the time? Is that the way of working it out?
They're pretty much all over the place. They have a regular wave. They have a regular wave of usually 4 or 5, and then usually a deluxe or 2 to go with it. But the way they do these reveals, literally, the reveals are all over the shop. So from this early stage, we've not really got any way of telling, because they didn't give us a live stream. Now, Mark told us we might have had a live stream, you see, but we didn't get one. We had these revealed. Hence, he's not on Joe's and Juice, and he's over here with me because we had a live stream. And then now Adam's just turned in and they're talking about Semi. So, well, it's going to get worse, I think, when we get later on, because when we get to the name of the cartoon brand, we're in serious trouble.
Yeah.
So we're in serious trouble. And Matt's on there not having a clue what we're talking about yet. But when he does, we're in serious trouble. So that's going on down there. Literally asked me, he's been optimistic with Doc on $24.99. And Dan was saying there about what we mentioned about the stretcher folding, so maybe a chance at the regular price release. And hello to Kevin there in the chat. So I'm going to keep flashing it because the streak's in trouble tonight, ladies and gentlemen. Anybody want to keep the streak alive? 53 minutes in. Oh, it's getting touching edge. Can we save the super chat streak? We will find out as we go along. If we can't, I'm going to need to make new graphics and everything. There is this. So right, we got Torch there. So let's come over here. We got about 6 figures or so to go through from Joe. We got Doc and Torch. Let's go over here. Let's go to that's the big. We don't want all the images. Spoiler there for all the images together. We've not got a separate image of the 2-pack. Or is it literally the one on the end? Right. Okay. We're gonna have to go to potentially. I don't know if this is a 2-pack or not, but you're gonna have to look to the right-hand side. So we've got the Tiger Force. Yeah, the Tiger Force version of Tripwire, I think, and Roadblock. So they've gone, they've gone very yellow. Now, Matt's wearing yellow, and Matt loves Tiger Force. We're going to start with Matt on this one. We don't know if it's a 2-pack yet. I'm assuming they are separate releases, because Tripwire was a deluxe previously, and Robot was a regular. So, and yes, they're going to put a deluxe and a regular in a 2-pack and give us the discounted 2-pack price. I don't know. but they may have just showed them together because they're both Tiger Force and they're both repaints. So ones you can pass on quite easily if you're not into Tiger Force, but because of Matt's love of yellow, I actually am into Tiger Force. So take it away.
It's all
sir.
my
Your
fault.
initial reaction. Yeah, what do you think of these?
Yeah, it looks smart. I just like the bright camo because obviously they do them in all the other brighter colours as well. And when they first came out, and that was with the guy with the fancy beard, wasn't it? When it was in the woodland. We had the wolf.
Oh, Outback.
That's the one. There we go. So yeah, the Outback figure. That was the first one in that wave, wasn't it? They did that in the two. And I was poking Jay like, "Are you going to get these? You're going to get these. They look great. You're going to get them." He's like, "No, they look awful on the shelf." And then he's like, "Oh, actually, maybe." And now he's all in. So that's how easy it is.
And
Just
this
literally within a week.
afternoon, I've made a jungle base for them to stand on. So
See,
I've made a snow base. I've had a very creative week with the foam board. So I've made a Simpsons backdrop. I've made a G.I. Joe snow diorama, and I've also made a G.I. Joe jungle for Tiger Force. So, oh, ladies and gentlemen, hold on a minute. The streak's been saved. We have a savior. It's alive. Kane's alive, Undertaker. Here we go. It is Figureclave.collectibles. Thank you, Adam. He has jumped in with a £5 super chat there. Quite like the idea of being a savior. Well, thank you very much. The streak has been saved. 55 minutes in. The streak's alive. So thank you very much. And you now get to choose your super chat. Thank you. So if you just drop in a brand, you can have DC, you can have Marvel, Star Wars, WWE, Turtles. You just let me know with your next regular chat. I will give you the special super chat thank you graphic as prepared. Some of these we've not seen before because I've come up with all these new designs. So that's what you get for a super chat on this channel. Not only are you supporting the channel, but you are getting a very special fancy graphic. So we've discovered from that Matthew likes yellow, and eventually I'll probably have to buy these. But these two I'm not going to pre-order. This will definitely be a wait for the sale job, and we will come to Mark for the expert analysis. And my first question to Mark is were these in the original line? Because I'm assuming they weren't.
Yes, they were both in the original line. So I actually
I'm going to get them. There you go.
Yeah, I had Tiger Force Tripwire when I was younger. But yeah, they both were. Roadblock was as well. But I, like you, Jay, I'm in a bit of agreement with you. I think I'd probably wait for these as well, like in some kind of pulse sale, something like that. Like they're decent, but again, like if you have the originals, I actually prefer the original Tripwire in the classified line to the look here. I actually thought I'd like the Tiger Force Tripwire more, but they're okay. I mean, they come with plenty of weapons. Like Matt says, they are nice. They are nice designs. I just think I think maybe there's some of the other characters we've seen, like obviously Torch and Doc and a few others we're going to see, for me, are a bit more exciting. So maybe those might be ones I'd pre-order over these. But like you say, probably ones to wait for the sale. But yeah, they have both been in the line. Yeah, yep.
Okay, so yeah, I do like it. The fact that they were in the original line then, so that's got me more tempted by them. So Adam says he would like a DC. Thank you. So the one I have prepared is. There you are. Thank you for your super chat. And it is Two-Face himself. So Harvey Dent has made the screen. And I think that's the first time we've used the DC super chat. Thank you on the channel. So there it is. Thank you for your super chat. And Two-Face looks very happy. And I do like that Two-Face. Two-Face is one of my favorite DC characters. And the Mezco figure literally looks just like that. So that is why we are using Two-Face. So, oh, hold on. Here comes another one. Here comes... They're like London buses tonight, super chats. They just you wait an hour for one, then they all fly in at once. Fantastic, ladies and gentlemen. How are we doing? Oh, it's Dan Williams is gone. Dan Who's turned up. My goodness, it's all going on. See, there we are for the streak. There we are. When are we getting a Baroness in the nurse outfit? And hashtag he wants the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. Thank you. Okay. So yes, Dan is helping with the streak. So we've got double. The streak is alive. And Nurse Baroness, of course. Nurse Baroness is in the Super 7 reaction line. One of my favourite figures of last year, the 3-pack. You've got Cobra Commander dressed as your grandmother. You've got Destro on the set of a building site. And then you've got Nurse Baroness. So I don't know if they would do it. Do you think they do it, Mark? Is a little...
I'd like them to do it, Jay.
Similar 3-pack or something?
Yeah, I think they need to do more stuff like this because it's just fun. It's like wacky. I mean, one thing Super 7, well, as you say, with the reaction figures, are willing to do is they're willing to do kind of the deep cuts or include with their figures sort of callbacks to well, we're going to say it in a minute, but both the original and the Dick cartoons. So
Yeah.
yeah, there you go. So which we're going to see more of the Dick cartoon soon enough in our reveals. But yeah, so I think it'd be fun. It would be fun to have them in classified. I'm sure at some point they're gonna at least do some kind of tributes like that. They should. But yeah, they should.
Well, Mark's trying to get us all demonetized. Matthew's losing it. And Dan wants a turtle. Dan's going to now want a refund because my favourite turtle is the one I chose for the super chat. So there you are. Thank you for your super chat, Dan, who reviews there. And Leonardo says thank you. So I prepared my favourite turtle. Some would say the best turtle, but that might be a controversial statement. But there he is. Thank you for the super chat. Leonardo from TMNT 1987 is very pleased with you. So there we are. Right. Okay. Let me get back to our next reveal then. Hello. Justin has turned up. He is late, but he is here. Hello, Justin. Do go check out his YouTube channel. He has just started on YouTube. His first video absolutely blew up. Went over 5,000 views, I think, last time I looked at it. So do go check out his hidden toy collection because he has far more toys than I thought he actually had. Everyone's coming out the hour of 10 o'clock. What's up, sucker? Hello to Northern Nomad. And let me get the mouse over here because we've got some more reveals to talk about. And let's go here then. Let's go here. Let's go. So you get your votes in the poll. Because here we have Norgahide, if I pronounce that in any way, the correct way. Okay. Pork Belly, the Warthog. Cheeky Monkey, take the song away.
What do you want me to say?
There's a Warthog. They've introduced a Warthog. So there's only one thing you can say when you see a Warthog.
When I was a young Warthog.
He was a young warthog. There you are. There you are. Timon and Pumbaa, eat your heart out. And the monkey, which is called, what have I written here? Yobo?
Yobo.
Yeah, I think so. Jay.
I don't know. Sounds like Yo Joe, but I
don't
know. So we've got Norgahide then, who, let's be honest here, this is the first time I've seen this character. Clearly, somebody had a little obsession with Crocodile Dundee in the 1980s here.
Absolutely,
and has literally ripped off his likeness there. But we do get a fully articulated, what I can only assume is a warthog. So, which is
and they've got the knife as well from Dundee.
Right, I don't know if I've ever even seen Crocodile Dundee, to be fair. You got this sniper case. You've got, I don't know. Right, at least we know what price point this is because this is the figure and pet price point. So I think that's $44.99. They set the figure and pet price point at. I don't think the monkey's articulated by the looks of it, but Cheeky Monkey is probably happy to see a monkey. We'll go to Cheeky Monkey. So you've got a monkey here, dear, with an eye patch. What are your thoughts on this one?
Is it? I can't really see it from here.
Just make it up, dear.
A little monkey. Well, I like to see a monkey.
You'd like to see a monkey.
Have you got a monkey in your collection already?
I do. I have an articulated one in the Indiana Jones line, actually.
Oh, yeah, you do. But yeah, I like to see a monkey. Yeah, that's fine. I don't know if I like his name. Bit odd. But there we go.
We've got some Disney singing there, so it's all going on. So Cheeky Monkey's impressed with this one. I want an articulated warthog. That can go in my jungle I built today. And right, we'll go to Matt then. Let's go to Matt with this one. There's a warthog, a monkey, and carry on.
Well, he's actually, I've just literally Googling imaging the Crocodile Dundee, and he's actually got pretty much the same waistcoat as well. So the waistcoat's the same. He's got, you call that a knife with the big knife up at the top. Then you've got the two smaller ones that I think he doesn't have them in the actual film. And then you've obviously got the big sniper rifle. You've got the bow and arrow in there. You got a spare arrow to put in the bow with the backpack with 3 more bows in. So he's got quite a lot of weapons, this chap. So it's it looked really nice on display. But how, with regards to like all the weaponry and stuff, will they stand with him holding all of that, or do you have to distribute the weapons across the other action figures?
No, they're quite good with their sort of articulation and posing. Usually with the Joes, you can actually fit most of the accessories actually on the character. So the quiver will go on his back. You can get the rifle case in the one hand. I suppose the bow in the other. His knives usually have a sheath somewhere for all the knives, so you can usually fit them most on the figure. So definitely one I'm going to want to pick up. He's a definite purchase. And we'll come now over to our resident expert on G.I. Joe, Tac Tac Toys. Take it away.
Well, you're absolutely right, Jay. When you mentioned he's from Australia, you hit it nail on the head. They've obviously done their job well for you to be able to recognise that without seeing him from the Dick cartoon or anything like that. But yes, if you no, so I'm going to be saying that word quite a lot. And it's,
The,
so if you
the,
think
the
about
DIC. I did actually Google what it stood
DIC,
for earlier, and I've
yeah,
forgotten. I'm going to have a
yeah,
look.
yeah, the DIC cartoon. So yeah, so if you think about Metalhead, who came previously, or who will be getting, who's got on pre-order at the moment and will be coming out soon. Metalhead and Nogahide were the kind of henchmen of Cobra Commander in the DIC cartoon or the Dick cartoon, and Armored Cobra Commander is the version of Armored Cobra Commander, which probably there is a leaked list. There is a Cobra Commander on that leaked list, a retro card Cobra Commander, which is probably more the regular version. But now having Nogahide as well as Metalhead, we must be getting Armored Cobra Commander at some point. So that's probably one for the future. Yeah, you're absolutely right. He is the Mick Dundee. I mean, G.I. Joe cartoons were leaning heavily into stereotypes in the 1980s, and Australian hunter, who was sort of from the outback, is kind of exactly what Nogahide's kind of MO is, should we say, or sort of background is. He's technically a dreadnought, so you could fit him in with Buzzer, Ripper, and Torch, and a few of the others. But like, he's from the DIC cartoon, which came after the initial cartoon, which had those characters.
So I can confirm them. The DIC stands for the Diffusion Information Communications. What a weird name.
Yeah.
A company started in France, apparently, back in 1971. That's what Wikipedia is telling me for the. So we had the Sunbow cartoons, the one I've seen through the 80s, and then by the time we got to 1990, we changed to the Dick. So, like, seriously, G.I. Joe, what are you trying? Poor Matthew down there. He's struggling. He's going to have to mute himself in a minute. The noises are coming out there. But Mr. Drake in the chat's made a good point. It probably isn't Yobo. It is Yobbo, isn't it? Like an old school English name for a hooligan is probably what the monkey's called. So there was a pronunciation correction, I think, there from the chat. Cheeky monkey, why have you got a watch in the chat? Oh, I know why you've got a watch in the chat, because look who's just turned up here. Hello, Craig. Craig is here. and Kurt's right on time, Craig. Yeah, he's only an hour and 10 minutes late, everybody. That's why we didn't invite Craig on as the guest this evening, because we'd only just started. There was and I'd like to go to bed at some point before midnight this evening. Would be quite nice. So here we are with Nogahide then. So he's looking very, very nice.
One thing, Jay, that I'd seen on Facebook, someone mentioned about how you could take Nogahide and use the jacket and everything to make a Kraven the Hunter custom with maybe Tiger Force trousers or something, kit bashing. So that's maybe potential for the Marvel Legends collectors out there. Maybe a Kraven the Hunter sort of.
It's a very similar jacket, isn't it? Kraven the Hunter jacket to that. So that definitely could potentially work. And over to one I was very excited. I think she looks fantastic. So here's Jinx, and I believe, I might be wrong, but my knowledge is she comes from the 1987 G.I. Joe movie.
Yeah.
That's the first time I saw her anyway. So that was the first appearance. So I think they've done a fantastic job here, slightly modernizing the design with all the sort of the tattoos and everything. I'm not even going to try and name her weapons, but she's got some big sort of double-ended pokey stick. I'm sure that has a very technical martial arts name. There's a big sword or a katana maybe, and we've got the interchangeable heads. I think the face sculpt, of course, this is just a render, but if the face sculpt comes out anywhere near as good as this, I think she's got a fantastic face on her. Yeah, she does look very, very good. So if they do come through with this one, I think this will be a really easy day one pre-order for me. So happy to have Jinx finally in the line, and so I'll go straight to. I think we'll go straight to Mark here then for the expert analysis.
Yeah, well, you're absolutely right, Jay. I agree. As far as I'm aware, she appeared first in the 1987 movie. There was a couple of new recruits, Lieutenant Falcon, who we've obviously had, Jinx being another one, Big Lob, who's like a basketball player who we haven't had yet, who I know Craig sort of wants, and Chuckles. Chuckles was the other one. And of course, we've had Chuckles as the Lux figure. So, I mean, she looks excellent. Obviously, in the live action, played by the same actress who played Elektra in the Daredevil Netflix series. An amazing sequence in that film as well, where they capture Storm Shadow. Her and Snake Eyes capture an injured Storm Shadow and fight a load of red ninjas on a mountainside. Probably the best sequence.
Is that the second film? Is it or the?
Yeah, the live action for the second one, I think, Jay. Second film.
All right. That's
Retaliation.
why I have no idea what you're talking about. Like, I've not seen the second one.
Ah,
Like,
you should, yeah.
I heard it's pretty bad, but
it's pretty
I
bad,
don't know.
yeah. It's pretty bad. But that sequence is actually really good. Like, so her and Snake Eyes capture an injured Storm Shadow. They fight loads of red ninjas on the side, hanging off the side of a mountain. That's probably the best sequence of it. The film is pretty terrible, but it's probably the most accurate in live action to the characters from the cartoon that we've had so far, because you have a Cobra Commander in the kind of right outfit, but it's a pretty bad film. But yeah, so she looks really good. Yeah, what more can you say? That's probably it, really. Yeah.
No, she does look good. It's a film I'd like to see on my list, but I wasn't paying for it on Amazon Prime, so it can wait till they give me a free copy. Now, a man that has seen that film is The Man Below You, so Matt's actually probably got an idea who this character actually is for once. So
yes,
take it away.
and like Mr. Tac Tac himself, he just beat me to it. It's the actress that plays Jinx I really like because she is phenomenal in Daredevil as Elektra. I think she plays Elektra very, very well, and she does play this character very well. And she's obviously a fantastic sort of martial artist background-esque as well. So, no, if I remember rightly, Mark, that is the one with the rock in, isn't it?
Yes, that's right.
Yeah,
that's
so it is dreadful, but at the same time, it's the sequences with her in and some of the other characters as well. Like the story itself is okay, but I think what a lot of people get annoyed with, which I'm not going to spoil anything, is you can see how and why The Rock came in to get the role he did by doing something to somebody else, and that's kind of what annoyed people, I think. But apart from that, I think the film is all right.
I'll see if I can track it down because The Rock's roadblock, I think, in the film is supposed to be. And we got one final reveal then. So we have, I can't even remember what this one's called, some form of cyber ninja. So again, I'm assuming this is probably a 90s Joe. I'll come to Mark quite quickly for this one because this one I absolutely have no Scooby on. But again, a crazy looking design, so I will probably buy it. But Mark, what on earth am I looking at here?
So you're looking at the Night Creeper, Jay, here. So the Night Creeper is again from the Dick cartoon. Might have been before that, but from the DIC cartoon. There's a bit of a bonkers episode in the Dick cartoon where him and he is sort of an army builder technically because there's a group of them. So that's hence the second head. You see, if you see the sort of swappable head there, that's the army builder aspect. Although in the Dick cartoon, they do look like...
We're just going to have to come to full screen here. Matthew's lost it here. We've got different heads in the Dick cartoon.
It was the second head that got me. It was the second head. It's like, oh yeah, there's a Dick cartoon. He's got a second head. I'm like, oh my God.
Is this cartoon on YouTube?
We're still on air.
But
no, they all look like the sort of main head on Night Creeper there in the cartoon. So there's an episode. It's quite a G.I. Joe has got some random things going on, considering it's sort of fancy military. There's also sorts of other aspects. In this episode, being Night Creep, the leader of the Night Creepers, is ordered by Cobra Commander with a group of Night Creepers to steal an Egyptian artifact from a museum. The Joes try and stop them. The leader of the Night Creeper gets possessed by the spirit of a pharaoh that went from the Egyptian artifact they try and steal. He sees Lady J and is convinced she's an Egyptian queen, so he tries to make her as Egyptian queen. Cobra Commander in that episode gives control of the Cobra forces to Night Creeper. A very random episode, basically. You see Night Creeper wearing a kind of like Sphinx, like the Sphinx kind of hat, or like with this sort of snake on it, and so it's a shame they don't include that as a sort of. We're talking about how there's tributes to the cartoon and things from the nurse Baroness, that kind of thing. That would be a fun little tribute. I'm sure maybe Super 7 might do that with their version. But yeah, he's Deke. Yeah, that's right. It is Deke.
There we go. I think literally Action Figures has saved us, and because it maybe comes from a French company, it is Deke. The Deke, right. We should be saying here. Then this filthy. Look at that, Daniel S. Hello to Daniel S. See where Dix. I don't know what's going on here. This is descended into farce as it usually does. So but is this cartoon actually on YouTube? Because the Sunbow one, so you can watch that. Oh, it is. Okay, so I will.
It's where Python Patrol. So it's basically where Python Patrol first sort of showed up, Jay. So the Python Patrol Vipers, you see them in it. It's a bit odd because some of the army builders in it are also individual characters. So, for example, the Alley Viper that's in orange. He's actually an individual character in it, as well as being an army builder. It's good though. I mean, it's not as good as the Sunbow one is superior. So the 1980s one, which we know most of the characters from, is superior, but it's not bad. Most of the Joes who are in it are new Joes or ones that you won't have seen in the original cartoon, with the exception of Lady J and a few others. Most are so that's a whole new sort of series of Joes we have yet to have in Classified. But yeah, Lady J is one that's carried over. There are a few others, but yeah, I think Snake. There's a version of Snake Eyes in it in his kind of blue and grey uniform with the red visor. Storm Shadow's actually a Joe in it. Is a good guy. In the white and black uniform that we have initially had in Classified early on, but I'm sure we may get a redo. But yeah, it's on YouTube.
I'll check it out. I've nearly finished the Sunbow, because I said that's how I started getting into the Joes. I was watching the Sunbow through the three ones on YouTube. So I've entered the poll. It's been very close then. Now we finished the G.I. Joe segment here, but the winner, of course, is with 35% is Naugahyde, Pork Belly, and Yobbo have won, and Torch was in a close second. So that is the result of the poll. I don't know if I could choose really between this. There's some very good. I think Jinx for me actually is the best. I love some of the Dreadnought designs, but I think she's the best looking action figure we've seen today. So some great stuff from G.I. Joe, and I think pretty much all of these will, apart from maybe the repaints there, the 2 repaints can wait. I think everything else that we've seen that's new will definitely be a day one pre-order for me.
And just a little note, just to let you know, Jake, if you're thinking of watching the DIC card or the Deke cartoon, it's more similar. Deke, it's more similar to, like, the Turtles cartoon from the early 1990s. It's got that kind of flavor to it, or more things like, say, maybe Captain Planet, or I don't know, Toxic. If you've seen Toxic Crusaders or Avengers,
I have. Yeah,
that kind of flavor of animation and style it's more similar to that than the 1980s Sunbow cartoon. But yeah, check it out.
Yeah, I will do. So we have confirmation from Dan Larson at Toy Galaxy, or Secret Galaxy now, on the pronunciation there. So we won't argue with Dan. I think he is quite the expert in some of these animations and some really good very professional videos over on a Secret Galaxy there. So that is your G.I. Joe portion of the show. So yeah, some good stuff. Now Matt is getting ready now. He's going to get his book out, because we're going to Transformers next then. So there's so here we go. Now, none of us are Transformers experts, but the only person I know that remotely collects them, as I say, in person, is Matt down here from Brick Life Travels. So we are going to go over to this tab instead, and there has been a Haslab, ladies and gentlemen, launch this week. So Hasbro have launched the brand new Haslab Transformers Legacy Robots in Disguise, based on the 2001 animation, I do believe. That's probably as far as my knowledge is going. And it's Omega Prime, or Omega, as we would say in the Star Wars community these days, from the Bad Batch. So it's Omega Prime, which appears to be a combination of Ultra Magnus and Optimus Prime to make a supersized Transformer. So you've got, if I give you some of the, I'll start with the facts. So it's £249.99. So it's £250. It needs 10,000 backers minimum to get produced. And you've got another 41 days to go. Now, currently it's at 6,000 backers, 6,139. I've literally just refreshed. I think it got over 5,000 in the first 24 hours. So got off to a solid start on this one. I think it will be popular. I've done a little bit of research. I think it would be popular with actual Transformers fans. It is a figure they did back in the original toy line back in 2001. But I know they were showing off in the live stream that this one is bigger there. So you've got an 8.5-inch Optimus, an 11.5 Ultra Magnus. You've got Autobot Blue Bolts at 5.5-inch, and a combination there. The tiers have been said. So your first tier is the massive sword, basically. Yeah, 23.5-inch sword. Yeah. And then you've got the display base, basically, as the next one. So I will flick through the images, and Matt will now grace us with his knowledge of Transformers.
With my Transformers knowledge, which I have just found online in the last hour. Okay.
This is a good one or not? What have we got?
Yeah, so basically this is actually a 3-in-1, not a 2-in-1. So you do actually get 3 Transformers that merge into making this one one large thing. So the three figures that are included, you get Prime. Jay says you get it soft at 8.5, or fully erect, it's 12.25. And then you have the Ultra Magnus, which is actually Prime's brother. And then you've also got Blue Bolt, which, if you didn't know that, that is actually, they are brothers. They were actually.
I did not know they were brothers. No.
Yeah, they are. If you go by the original continuity, they are actually brothers, and they do actually come on. They technically come online at the same time, and they do actually serve. And Magnus was ahead of Prime way back when, and I think it was in one of the G1 cartoons. He had that really, really brutal death by Galvatron, and then he was reborn as such, and he worked under Megatron, and then that's where they ended up being tricked to each other. And then they basically, instead of tricking each other, they came as this thing here, which is a big combine. So that's how those two are. But this is actually it's either the 5th or 6th time this has been available in different ways, forms, but this is actually the 2nd time that this is available from the Robots in Disguise 2001.
Yes, he did.
Yes,
say that.
Yeah, you got to keep up with that, Kurt. Okay, you got to keep up with that kind of thing. There's all those innuendos going in all the time.
Hints from this man.
There's little sort of hints, but not so you're getting demonetized. But yeah, so this is actually, I think, if I've done it right, this is the 6th combination of these figures together. However, this is obviously the anniversary one from 2001. The one that came out in 2003, I think, was the last one you could actually buy, because one that came out in 2006 was a Costco exclusive. And the one that came out in 2018, I'd never heard this of a toy company before, but how do you pronounce it? Takara Toys? Takara?
Takara, Takara Tomy. Yeah, they own Transformers. Yeah,
that's it. Yeah, so they actually
it's a combination deal of them and Hasbro, isn't it?
In 2018, they did a different variation of these in different colors, and apparently it was that bad they offered a public apology and they gave a full recall of the set and a full refund. So you haven't really been able to buy this combination since 2006. But as Jay's already gone over, you've got the 3 different inches, 3 and 1, and the Blue Bolt goes on to the Ultra. I do believe that this is the fire engine version of Prime. So instead of it being the big juggernaut, it is what we are looking at right now, which is that red thing. So that is
it's a fire engine,
and that is the first Transformers I got as a kid. That exact one. That exact one. I'm going to try and find it. I've got it in the loft somewhere. I've still got it. Now, with regards to the price point, a little bit of research, this is actually really good value to what normally these Transformers would be individually as well. So there's a lot going for it. This will fund straight away. The only thing is with regards to like your display cases, chaps, because obviously you collect the bigger stuff than what I do, is with Prime being in his Ultra mode, it is 12.25 inches tall. But when you unlock the blade, that becomes 23.5 inches.
Yeah, I can see that there. 23.5
so
inches.
The stand that it comes on, the command center, is only 15 inches tall. So the command center is Prime. So that's that thing in the bottom left-hand corner. That thing in the bottom left-hand corner is 15 inches. Now, if you unlock the first tier, you then need to find a load of space at 23.5 inches. And then the last tier, I do believe, is a completely different custom stand as well. But I don't think that has the height on. So I just don't know. Does that fit in either a Kallax or a Billy?
It would fit in a Billy, because Billy you can adjust to whatever size you need. So that's fine. A Kallax, you've got exactly 13 inches in a Kallax. So
the blade's too big.
Not with the blade on. You've got 13 inches. So actually, in the Omega Prime form here, at 13.75,
or Godfire Convoy in Japan.
Yeah, there you go. He's done his research again, ladies and gentlemen. He's become the Transformers expert. I do actually think this looks kind of cool. Now, Transformers isn't really a line I'm into, but I do think this looks like a very cool design. But yeah, 13.75 inches there. That and the combined mode, that will not fit on the Kallax shelf. You'd have to use a Billy shelf or other brands that are available apart from IKEA. Yeah. But that's where we end up shopping all the time.
Yeah,
and the base there. The base doesn't do a lot for me. The global space bridge, that looks a bit dull so far.
Yeah, it's a bit boring.
For the second tier, 16,000 backers, and then 13,000. So I think you'll definitely get to 13,000 at least on this one, but it may go high. These Transformers ones always seem to do well. Your price point not always as high as some of the other Haslabs they do. So I'm sure it's a popular one. So thank you, Matthew, for your research there. So the question is to you, having a bit of nostalgia as well there, having seen this show.
So I actually
are you tempted?
In the soft 8.5-inch mode, I have that exact thing, that exact one. I never got the Combine, which is the one that we're looking at now, but that is the teeny tiny one. That's their Blue Bolt. That's his weapon for Magnus. So I had the Prime at 8.5, but I never got the larger one. So it is actually, doing this research, stupidly tempting, and I don't know why, but if I find the original toy, I'll have to check it out and see what the difference is. I'm going to try and hunt that down tomorrow. But the cool thing is with this is, because if people are worrying about shelf space, if you didn't have Prime in his full form, so you can see it in that middle picture there, Jay, it is only 8.5 inches tall. It's not the full 12.25. So if people are struggling with height, it'd be the Ultra Magnus you would need to go by for 11.5 inches, because you could just have them separately or you can have them as one big one. So if people are worrying about the height, you don't have to combine them. So it'd be really interesting to see how this comes in the box.
I can't see Transformers fans worrying about height, because some of these Transformers are way, way bigger than this. All the different scales they do out there. I think you either use a top shelf display or actually open shelf displays. I've seen a lot. So there you go. Literary Action Fig says, just do it. It's just money. Can't take it with you. I kind of agree. There was
sounds like an insane day.
I know the inch talk's all going on there. There's if you do go follow Matt at Brick Life Travels, you won't find any of this filth usually, because he's very behaved on his. He comes on here, he's having a little night off, he's having a lovely time. But I know where you could put this, because you've got your Kallax where you've left the shelf out for that long bit of height, so you would have you could actually put it.
Yeah, I've got plenty of space for this.
Yeah, so. Potentially your first Haslab then, potentially.
Yeah,
you've got 45 days to have a think. There's all right, we'll go over to Mark then. Any thoughts on Transformers? Do you collect them at all, or what are your thoughts on this one?
Well, I don't collect them, Jay, but only because I'm a 1/12 scale collector, so I like to do world building with my collecting and keep it all within the same scale. And I have seen, having said that, I have seen a guy who's done 3D printing and made 1/12 scale Transformers that scale with G.I. Joe Classified. Obviously, don't transform. I'd be into something like that, because I do like Transformers in that aspect. There is actually I don't know if you call it third party. Sorry, I know I'm going on a bit of a tangent, but
carry on.
Yeah, I don't know if it's third parties. It's called Lewin Resources, and it is a 1/12 scale Optimus Prime, and it does transform.
No, I've seen that. Yeah,
it's huge. Yeah, so something like that, I'd love it. I mean, it's about like probably $200-300. It's around $200-300 or pounds. So it is pricey, but I'd love something like that.
Not bad for something of that size. So I thought you were going to say about 800.
Yeah. And the fact it does transform, yeah. But I kind of tend to admire this kind of versions of Transformers from afar, really. So if Matt does pick it up and he were to review it on his channel or anything like that, I'd be admiring it from afar on that. But I think it looks good. I mean, for Transformers fans, it's going to be great, isn't it? I know Z-Man, shout out to him. When I met up with him, he was telling me loads about Transformers, and he's a big Transformers fan, so he's educating me. But it looks good. Looks good.
Yeah. Okay. So potential there for Matt, I would say. Cheeky Monkey hasn't got a Scooby on Transformers, so we're just going to...
Just one more thing to note, Jay. It's actually, in case people are like OG collectors, this is designed by the same person that did the 2001.
Oh, okay.
So it's the same person. So if you are, because some collectors, and apparently he's a legend in the Transformers game, supposedly. Okay. So it's done by the Japanese designer. So it does say...
Keep an eye on it. We'll keep an eye on it, as we do for all the Haslabs, and we'll see how it goes then. But I don't know. He's been tempted by Giant Man, but he didn't quite pull the trigger because he bought an Avengers Tower. So he's got 45 days to have a think about this one. But we might, I think, like, I know you've looked at the Transformers Haslabs before, but they've been more of the Japanese versions. But this one is something you recognise, so I can see potential there. So that is the Transformers section covered. I think we did very well there for a topic I have no idea what I'm talking about. So something I do know is Star Wars, and I told you it'd sell out, and it sold out. So the Droideka is gone. So I pre-ordered 2, but I used Star Action figures because it's still in stock there, and it's a little bit cheaper than Pulse. So if you are after your Star Wars Black Series coverage, I did do a live stream a few weeks ago on that. Let me just share that, and I'll show you instead. Go to the live tab. So last few live streams here, you'll see this one over here is the Star Wars Hasbro Pulse live stream coverage. I literally went on just as they'd finished there, so you can watch that one for my. Somehow I can talk about 3 reveals in the Black Series for an hour. So that's impressive. But a lot of good stuff from the prequels. Not a lot on there, but I thought the Droideka would sell out first time in the line. And if you want some very long form combat, there we are on the sofa. Matt, myself, and Cheeky Monkey. She's wearing the same blanket. She does fall asleep, so she turns into a full Snorlax, and we can watch her and ourselves there last week watching the Royal Rumble. If you want a very long, and over 300 people, fantastic. Thank you, everybody, for watching that one. Have tuned in to our Royal Rumble coverage. So Star Wars is sold out. Let's quickly bounce to NECA. I told you the toy news is flying in, and viewing numbers are flying up as well in the chat. My goodness, it's all going on this evening. These late night toy streams. I suppose all our American friends now finishing work and enjoying us. Somebody did say Star Wars, Kurt. It was very brief. But this has been shown by NECA then. So first graphic they put out said US exclusive. They quickly changed that and realized that was a bit of a misstep, and that was they put the wrong graphic out from an old set. So store exclusive. So you may recognize this. This is going to be another Turtles sewer lair, but it's going to be Donatello's lab. So yeah, this one might tempt me. So I held strong. If you've seen my rant, there's my rant video on this one. Let's go back to the other tab instead. If I put it in popular order, it's so we can see. Let's do some analytics if we go through. So what are the most popular videos on this channel? So that's why we spent a long time on G.I. Joe, because the top 3 there, the Hiss Tank, the Sky Striker, and Mutton Junkyard, between 7,000 and 3,000 views on all those. So thank you to everybody that's definitely watched those over the time. But G.I. Joe seems the most popular thing on the channel, so you will get plenty of G.I. Joe to come, see? Because everyone seems to like G.I. Joe. But there you will find over in this right-hand corner, there is me literally sat on the sofa having a live reaction rant about the sewer there. And nearly 3,000 people have watched that, as I had a little bit of a moan. But I stayed strong on that one. Now, I cracked on McFarlane Toys. Down here, I cracked on McFarlane Toys. Todd here, he got me to crack. He got me back in the line, and I did buy the rather overpriced figures from Crisis on Infinite Earths. But I didn't crack on the sewer there. I stayed strong, and I got some cardboard instead, because it was far too overpriced. But this probably will get me. I'm going to say it now. This probably will get me, as long as the price. It's probably still going to be just as bad as last time, isn't it?
Don't say that, because then it's going to cost.
I've got a space for it. It's the opening scene to the cartoon. Donatello's using that massive machine literally to make a cup of coffee. So I've got more nostalgia for this than the living room.
What if you haven't got the other one? Is it going to go okay?
Yeah, you can. This will just slot in fine. I've got a nice shelf space for it underneath the turtle area. I actually intend to put my comic book turtles in it. The Archie comic turtles, I think, would look nice in this. So I'm sure it'll be up for pre-order soon. Rant video 2 incoming about the price and the $80 international shipping. Let's hope not, but it does say NECA store exclusive. So yeah, we'll have to wait and see. So more news to come on that one, but I could see myself cracking on that. Mark, you don't collect turtles, do you?
No, but I'm aware of all this through Tanner and Dan's Turtles and Tea and yourself and everyone with the Legends of Liquor. I am one of the things on my list of figures that I need to backtrack on is the Mirage 4-pack. I do really want to go back and get them. I do find it odd that this has been made a NECA store exclusive. Is that correct, Jay? Just remind me, it still is a NECA.
It is, yeah. The first one was as well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's odd that they've made Donatello's Lab NECA store exclusive, considering the other parts of the sewer weren't. So, I mean, I'm sure we're going to get a ramming toys.
the rooftop wasn't, but the actual the first sewer there, the living room was also NECA
Oh, it
exclusive.
was okay.
Yeah.
So maybe we're going to get a Ramen Toys anthropomorphic scientist, lab. Maybe at some point,
We've got the Musk coming. We haven't heard a lot about the Musk in a
Yes,
while.
we
It's been a bit
haven't,
quiet
no.
on the Musk. So
That's true. Yeah.
I
There's
think-
kind of
I-
updates
I-
every so often. There's a phone booth on the street level apparently that I think lights up possibly or something like that. But yeah, not
Yeah.
many updates. But yeah, I'm sure that's going to appear.
Yeah,
pretty
literally
soon.
action figures a little tempted. And Kurt, I do tend to pop up when I hear, but you might pop up again, Kurt, because
Yeah.
we're gonna go to Star Wars again. So we've got a couple more things to go through here before we leave you this evening. We've got a bit of DC, but we first have a bit of Star Wars. So I'm going over to Toy Arc here. Our friends over at Toy Arc, and oh my god! Now, Trevor, 16 Shooter, do go check out his live stream because he did literally a live stream reaction to this figure. So I was in the chat there chatting away because I could not contain my actual excitement. Hot Toys are making Han Solo from Return of the Jedi, and I could not be more excited. So I've only been a Hot Toys collector for less than 6 months. God, I've got too many toy lines. It's just embarrassing. But this looks ridiculously good. So I love Return of the Jedi. It's my favourite Star Wars film. As I've gone to all sorts of scales for it. I've gone 3 3/4 inch last year, as Kurt is in the chat was saying. Do check out my Jabba's sort of Palace review in the 3 3/4 inch scale. Kurt, you will be happy. I will be adding some sand to the Tatooine base at some point, hopefully over the next week or so. The foam dioramas are going crazy here. But yeah, Han Solo. So Bespin Luke was my first Hot Toys purchase of 2024. Leia from Bespin was one of my last purchases of 2023. And if you take Han's jacket off from Endor, he's pretty much in his Return of the Jedi outfit-ish. So there was oh, this is exciting. Very exciting. So somebody's actually got a Harrison Ford likeness correct. Yeah, it just looks fantastic. The hair could do with a little bit of work, but this is the early prototype phase of Hot Toys, and they always do tweak. So it's not gone up for pre-order yet, as I'm aware, or it hasn't in the UK. I'm expecting somewhere in the region of £250 for this one, but
that's it. The iconic pose there, isn't it?
Yeah. Needs more of a jacket really for most of Empire Strikes Back, but for the end of it, when he comes, take that off, I can put him in the carbon freezing chamber.
Yeah.
But I do love Return of the Jedi. I love the coat. You've got the burst systems. You've got the rolling eyeballs, so you can take the hair off, and you'll be able to get your little tweezers in there and adjust his eyeballs, which is a fantastic feature. I've been having fun playing around with on the Hot Toys. But look at that lightness. That is outstanding. Yes, it is my firm, Kurt. I do love Return of the Jedi. So I needed Han. I was just going to collect original trilogy. I wanted the main characters, and the old Han was way out in the price range on the secondary market. And to be fair, it wasn't the greatest of Hot Toys figures anyway, so it wasn't worth backtracking on. But this one does look utterly fantastic. It's going to be a day one pre-order, but at least I won't have to pay till probably Christmas of 2025 by the time this actually comes out. I will stop rambling now. I'm very excited. I'm going to go down to Matt, who has also caught the Star Wars bug, but at least he's caught it in Lego from me. But actually, to be fair, that might be more expensive because the UCS Millennium Falcon is like £700. So take it away.
The Falcon's ridiculous price. But to be fair, talking to pricing, obviously that we know the price point for Hot Toys are at that sort of next level. But for that next level of price, I think for this one, it's probably justified with the price for the amount of detail that is involved with this. And obviously with all the different cloth goods and everything else like that you're going to be getting. And I'm assuming the base that he stood on is the whole thing. They're not going to split it up and have the figure as one and then it comes with the base.
No, it's
separately.
No, there's no separate base, just a standard sort of Endor base.
So everything we're seeing now, it'll be included in whatever price you think it'll
solicitation.
be. Yeah. So I think it looks very good, and obviously I'm very, very lucky to see these in Jay's own collection in person, and it's one of a few lines. I'd say it's very similar to the Mondo as well, where the photos don't do them justice. Like when you see them, you go, yeah, okay, that's silly. I suppose it's a bit like getting a GI Joe where you look at it and you see it on the white line and go, nah, it might be all right, and you get it in hand and go, no, that looks incredible. It's like that for almost all the Hot Toys as well. So yeah, I think it looks nice. Luckily, I don't have to worry about getting any of them, so I don't have to spend any of the money. So that is all down to you, Jay. But I will, as Mark says, I will enjoy it through your collecting.
You will. And talking to Mark, let's go to Mark.
Yeah.
You're not a Hot Toys collector that I know of. I think you've got one you've told me before, but
yeah,
I'm sure you're a fan of Star Wars. So what do you think of this likeness to start with? And
well, the likeness is fantastic. What it actually makes me want, Jay, looking at this, it makes me, and shout out to Tom a bit because I know he's mentioned this before. It makes me want Mezco 112 Star Wars figures because like obviously it wouldn't be quite as good as this, but in 6-inch scale, like a Han Solo like this, or any of them for the original trilogy would be perfect in cloth goods, in 6-inch. So yeah, I think a Mezco 112 line would be good, but. Yeah, going back to this Hot Toy, I mean, it does look fantastic. And like you say, the likeness is fantastic. They got the pose in one of those shots, that perfect pose when he's outside the Endor bunker, and they capture the stormtroopers, I think, from what I can remember. But yeah, I mean, every Hot Toy you see is a work of art, really, isn't it? And this is no different. Yeah.
No, it does look really good. So I'm happy to get this. Cheeky Monkey, what are your thoughts on the Hot Toys?
I'm not commenting on any of this because I get screwed over because of my comment.
What do you mean you get screwed over because of your comments?
If I say something's nice, you just buy it. If I say it's rubbish, you still buy it. I don't win.
I'm buying this regardless. You can tell me whatever you like, dear, because there's no way I'm not buying this. So you let me know. Do you actually like it?
You want my opinion? I'll see it when it comes, dear, and then we'll see what it's like.
Okay, she's sitting on the fence on this one. A fence sitter is Cheeky Monkey, and Tom mentioned. Mark mentioned Tom, of course, Mini Plastic Multiverse over on Instagram. So I'm just actually going to jump to Tom's Instagram. So do go follow Mini Plastic Multiverse over there because he's made some great toy photography, but he's made this great little graphic. I love this graphic he's done here.
Yeah,
absolutely fantastic. It reminds me of the sort of Star Wars opening on Disney Plus. Now all the Star Wars shows open with the little helmets flying through there. So I do like his little bit of a graphic design he's come up with there. So do go follow Mini Plastic Multiverse out there for all things Mezco, and apparently Amazing Yamaguchi seems to be his current tickling his fancy over there. So we will end the stream this evening on DC then. So we'll end with a bit of Todd, who dropped all this yesterday. So it is in the sort of 4-inch line, the Superpowers line from McFarlane Toys, and these are, I don't know, some of these are so cute. I kind of like them. So I've got a few mint on card on the wall, and this is one we'll be adding. So someone's going to have to go because I've only got room for 5, and I've already got 5. So someone's going in the bin, and it's probably going to be Aquaman, and he's getting replaced by Brainiac because I've wanted this for years. Brainiac in his stupid little shorts and his pink top. I love this sort of 90s, I don't know, almost 60s, 70s design for Brainiac. I'd like to see him in actually the full-on DC Multiverse line in 7 inches. Would be good to see, but for now, I think he looks really cool in the Superpowers collection. And his little vehicles, if you want Brainiac's ship, you can get his ship. Look at the design on that. These are such fun little action figures, I think, from McFarlane Toys, throwing back to the retro days of the Kenner Superpowers line. You've got the Blue Beetle ship as well, the Bug itself. So it's fun little toys, really. I think this line from Todd. It's not expensive. They're still about £10-12. About £20 for the vehicles. You've got a sort of dodgy looking gold Superman. I'm sure it's based on some old figure of some description there. You've got a chase. Of course, with Todd, you've got a chase, which is about talking chase. I'm going to have a little moan. Oh my goodness, Mattel, would you stop doing chases, please? My goodness, the pallbearer chase figure, Elite 106 pallbearer, sold out in the UK in 30 seconds, and it's sold out in my basket, and now it's triple the price on eBay. So whoever got it out of my basket and then put it on eBay, not impressed. So Mattel, stop doing chases, or if you do them, could you please make them available? Because that was a right pain in the arse, and I'm going to have to go eBay hunting. But I'll put this graphic up because that's everything. You've got Kilowog up there from Green Lantern. You've got a manga version of Batman. You've got Sinestro. I don't know. They're fun little figures. So I'm sure there are things. The articulation, yeah, you're not going to get the articulation out of these, but they're little fun shelf figures. So an interesting little wave really here. So I'm definitely in on the Brainiac, but that'll probably be it for me. And I'll go down to Mark.
Well, I agree with you, Jay. They are fun figures, aren't they? They're kind of a great representation of the original Superpowers line, just updated. One thing that Todd does do really well, like you say, he gives you that nostalgia, kind of like, you know, he feeds you that nostalgia with everything on this. Like the articulation's got that nostalgia from sort of 80s toy line. Like it's really colorful and fun. They're like those kind of, you know, like the Secret Wars from Mattel, and obviously Kenner's Superpowers. In this case, Kenner's Superpowers. They got that really fun kind of aesthetic. The gold Superman, like you mentioned, in the 80s and 90s, there were loads of those kind of variants of Batman and things from Kenner. You know, so ice blast Batman and all sorts of, you know,
so
like
many
going to
Batmans,
the library Batman and all this kind of all these kind of variations. So yeah, it's really fun. I mean, he certainly knows how to bring that, you know, sort of playability factor into the line. A lot of people did think, I know I was reading on Facebook, a lot of people did think the Brainiac vehicle was fake before it was actually revealed officially. So it's good to have those vehicles. I believe they were unreleased vehicles in the original line, the Brainiac one, and I think the Blue Beetle as well. I'm not sure, but for me, again, it's a little bit just out of the scale that I would collect, being not 1/12. But I can certainly admire them, and I think you know, if you're going to get them, Jay, they're going to look great on the shelf, basically. So yeah, I think really good choices.
Yeah, they are. That's fun colours. And talking about it, likes bright colours. We'll get Matt's little opinion on this to finish us off this evening.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously they are beautiful looking things, but coming from a Lego point of view, this is very similar to the older DC superheroes that they've done. So I think some of the stuff that we're looking at, I will already have variations of in the collection. And if I haven't got them, some of them will be easily available from sets that aren't too expensive. But with regards to what they're like in the Lego form, this sort of era of character, it always seems to be brighter. The artwork seems to be brighter. You compare it to a modern sort of tone with regards to the paint and all that kind of thing. These just seem to stand out a little bit more. But Jay, before I waffle on, going to your Brainiac, if you're going to get one mint on the wall, you know you're going to open it at some point. So does that mean you're going to have to get the vehicle for it to go with?
I can't see me opening them. I had a collection of these open to start with. Then I got rid of them all and just bought a few mint on card on the wall, just because of, I think, space reasons and the fact I went quite deep into actual DC Multiverse itself. And Todd is doing a lot of these in the 7-inch scale. So I've got that version of Sinestro now. We've got that Blue Beetle pretty much. So I'm sure Brainiac is coming. So I don't really have a need to open them. I think they will just look nice as display pieces on the sort of retro wall, which is what I'm trying to do with those retro figures. So I think I'll be all right.
No, that's right. Okay, just making sure. Just making sure you won't go in another slope.
Yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I think we're clocking in at just over an hour and 45. It's 10 to 11 here in the UK. I suppose Cheeky Monkey wants to go to bed at some point this evening, so we'll go back to a full screen there. So that has been This Week in Toys. So some great G.I. Joe coverage we had there. Matt gave us the full breakdown on Transformers, and I got very excited over a Hot Toys Han Solo. So we will see you again in 2 weeks' time then. What date will it be in 2 weeks' time? Let's have a look. So probably around the 16th of February, so the week of Valentine's Day. We will be seeing you. Oh, the week Madam Web is out, so we may have seen Madam Web by that point and displayed once. Maybe very excited, so we'll have to have seen if we've seen it by then. So thank you for tuning in. Thank you to our super chatters this evening. The streak was kept alive once again. The Undertaker is very happy. So I am off to collect some more Simpsons figure. We'll see how many we can get in week 2. I don't think we'll beat week 1, but we will have to see what is going on there. Plenty of other videos to come on the channel at some point. There is currently a Power Rangers one on that nobody's seen. I think it's just scraped over 100 views. So if you want to go and check out my Power Rangers collection and how I built it, do go check out the Super 7 Power Rangers video. And spoiler, the collection lasted 1 day. and then I moved it somewhere else because I had to move it to make room for the Simpsons. So nice figures, though. Nice figures. So I have been Jay, and we will now go round the board, and we will all say goodbye to you. Cheeky Monkey, where can everybody find you online? Say something intelligent.
Oh, thanks for watching, everyone. You can find me on all your social medias that I don't really do much on, other than share Jay's live streams and toys. So yeah, Cheeky Monkey Kiara on those platforms, and yeah, here every other week when I'm made to take part in Toy Talk.
Made to take. You're in the logo. There. Don't blame me, Dan, who helped with the graphic design here. So blame him, not me. You're in every week now. The Duck Hat, she loves it. We'll go down to Matt then, the first of the two member only. They both have had rebrands in the year of 2024, so do go check out their channels. We'll go down to Matt. He does Lego and he does a lot of shorts, so you can tell us all about it.
Yes, it. So I'm Matt from Brick Life Travels. Travel all around the world, going to different Legoland theme parks and other theme parks and all that kind of nonsense. But what Jay has failed to mention is he will be up for a triple header, because you have the wrestling to follow that the following week, and then you go back into toys again. So you got 3 in 3. So I'm sorry, Cheeky Monkey, but you're going to be involved for 3 in a row.
You love that. Can't get me off the internet these days.
No, that's it.
So that is Matt. Head over for full Lego coverage over there, and we'll go down to Tac Tac Toys.
Yeah, well, that's right, Jay. Thanks very much. Yeah, and again, everyone, please smash the like button for Jay and do watch it and share it with anyone if you're enjoying.
Hit the buttons.
Hit the buttons. That's right. If you're enjoying it, please do share it. So you can find me on YouTube, Tac Tac Toys. Where I talk toys. And that's it really from me. And obviously, well, Tac Tac Customs on Instagram. But yeah, please do share this with anyone. This live stream. If you're enjoying it, share it with anyone who may also enjoy it.
Yes, thank you very much. Yes, as Mark said, you could hit that notification bell. If you could go into the actual comment section after the video, YouTube loves that. So out of the live chat, into the comments when the video goes off the air, you can leave a little comment there. You can hit that like button for us. Give it a share if you wish. And then we will, of course, see you again. So I hope you've enjoyed the toy coverage this week. It's been a fun little show, I think. So I've been Jay. This has been Jay's Toy Collection UK Live, and I will see you on the next video.